Alright, d4. Alright, let's go. Knight f6. Alright, let's see if we can get a Benoni. Alright, Benoni. Let's go. I'm just gonna take here, d6. Alright, c4, g6. Alright, h3 is trying to prevent bishop to g4, so typical stuff. Alright, let's just go bishop g7, knight f3. Alright, let's start with a6. Alright, castle. Alright, want to play stuff like rook e8, put more pressure on his position. Okay, bishop d3. Let me go queen c7. Trying to get in our trust to c4 ideal, and then knight bd7, knight c5. Alright, let me play this. Yeah, trying to get in our knight d7, knight c5 plan. Alright, let's see what he does. As typical in the Benoni, you want to go rook b8 and b5. So we want to move this knight, probably get to c5, then play rook b8, b5, and just get our pawn majority on the queen side going. Eventually as well, we want to just play rook e8, put some pressure on e4 as well. So I have to see what he does. Okay, plays bishop e2. Okay, plays bishop e2. Alright, just gonna continue with our plan. Knight b7, knight c5, eventually rook here, and then b5. Queen d4, interesting. What's in the way of the knight here? Very, very interesting. Alright, I'm just gonna play rook e8 though, put some pressure. He wants to take this pawn, but I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna play knight takes e4. If he does, and we're giving up a wing pawn for a center pawn, so that's no problem. Alright, as predicted, but this looks like a very big mistake because knight takes e4, this covers on the queen. Alright, let's go. Knight takes. He's gonna have to show me. It looks like a big mistake. Always pay attention to x-rays that's going on in your positions, guys. Alright, so here. This is defended by this. If I play knight to c5, what happens here? Yeah, let me just attack it again. I'm improving my pieces either way, so I think it's whatever. Yeah, so my knights are on great squares. My bishop is now monstrous on this diagonal. We'll have a dream Benoni position here, guys. Dream Benoni position. Alright, let's see. Alright, I'm gonna take here. And while I have the opportunity, let me develop my bishop with tempo. Remember, there's still this x-ray on this nice little bishop here on c4 that's lonely without protection. So I'm always gonna bear in mind tactics along that way. Okay, so queen b2. Now watch this, guys. There's the diagonal pressure on this pawn. There's this loose, well, hanging bishop on c4. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. I believe now you look for good discoveries with this knight because you can identify that there is a hanging bishop here on c4. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the knight to e4 Attacking this bishop, also putting pressure on this pawn on c3. I believe this pawn on c3 is just going to be lost. Too much pressure, too many threats. So there's just going to be one more pawn for us. Guys, remember, one of the biggest things is activity, and then he resigns. And that's how you dominate in the Benoni, guys. Subscribe and like for more videos like these.